Hi my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. Yesterday summer camp started, Camp Sloaney, and we set up the tents. That was our mission for the day, was to get our tents set up so camp could be ready for all of us campers to be there. And there was a flurry of camp tent setting up activity. Oh my goodness. Over on my community page, Quilt Along with Pat Sloan at Facebook, the tents were popping up. Boop, 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 all over the place. And they are so cute. I want to show them to you. The very first tent that showed up was Anastasia. So let's take a look. We will kick off setting up our summer camp tents with Carol's, and she did the pinwheel style. Deborah's has this sort of moody background in it. It looks like the sky over the tents. Elaine has, it looks like a polka dot, but it's not, but that looks just so cool. Gazelle did the diamond, which you're going to see several diamonds here, and they are a wonderful setting. Kimberly's did a diamond, and in the middle is a text print. I really like how that turned out. It's a really tight text print. Lana's is gorgeous with chocolate, sort of milk chocolate and pink. Lorna also has the diamond effect, and that's really beautiful. Lucia has, look at that. Look at all the different fabrics. So this is a great way to see how you could do a whole lot of different fabrics and what it'll look like. What do we have here? Sandy did what I called maybe more the lightning setting by the side. Sherry has purple mountains, purple tents. That looks so cool. Terry's is beautiful, has soft grays. Wendy did the pinwheel. I love that floral. Look at that floral. Holy cow. Laura has some of the same fabric that I have. That's what that pink print is, and then the blue sky. Christine has an Americana version with the red, white, and blue. It's got some flag fabric in the middle. Elaine's is beautiful green. I like her green background. So there you can see one with a background that's not light. And then we'll end with Anne's that has the Alice in Wonderland fabric. That's some of the Tulip Pink Alice in Wonderland fabric in there. So awesome. So we have got a fantastic sort of rainbow set of tents set up for Camp Sloaney. I think it's so much fun to see all of your blocks and how you're interpreting this, and some of you are embracing using a different layout than the one that I have like this. Also, Kendall, who is one of our ambassadors, is going to do a video for each block. So he is on YouTube now, so yay Kendall, and the link is down below here in the description box. You can go over and watch his video where he walks you through, and he does things a little bit different for some of the steps, which is kind of neat, so that if you've not tried maybe that method, there's another way to do it than what I do or what you might do right now. That's always the fun thing about quilt making. There's never just one way to accomplish things. So there we go. That was our wonderful setup for summer camp. It's Block Wednesday. Every Wednesday for 9 weeks we get another block and we celebrate something about summer camps. Okay, so we have two other things today and maybe another. So it's Secret Lives of Color number 40. We're on block 40 already. That blows my mind. It really does. So there are 39 blocks, and here is block number 40 in Secret Lives of Color. Now I'm doing the largest block for this part of the setting. That's the next one for my setting. So in Secret Lives of Color, we are on magenta. Magenta is in the purple section. Now, if you had asked me before I looked at this book, what section would magenta be in, and I would have put it in pink. I think of it more as a shade of pink, but it didn't turn out. It didn't start that way. Magenta started as a shade of purple, and it's also was fun. There's a lot of sort of rivalries in here, and of course a lot of money being made when the dyes could be done much more successfully by synthetic methods. But the neat thing was that I learned the word magenta is sort of a mashup of two color words, and it's named after a town in Italy. So there you go. Now, what does this look like up here? It will go in this spot. So it will go here, and this guy is going to go down there on the bottom, and I have two bars to put on either side of him. So I want to show you just a real quick how I was picking the fabrics for the magenta block. So before I look at the fabrics as I was going through them for the magenta block, first let me tell you about the heart. I had this up on the wall. I switched things out. It's a little high up because most of the time I have quilts that are longer, but this is from Splendid Sampler number 2, book 2, and it is like I think 32 of the blocks, and it makes a beautiful wall hanging. Or if you were so inclined, it could be a quilt. It could be like a child's quilt, although I'm not sure you want to do that much work for a child's quilt. But some of the blocks in Splendid Sampler are more simple. So this was really fabulous to play around with, to do this coloration for the book. Okay, so let's look at the fabrics for magenta. Here is the fabric itself, which is going to be in the 9-inch block for this position, and it's got a bigger scale print. So that is what I was trying to go for, to put this one in the bigger scale spot. Now I still need to get some green. So I'm sort of going to have this lump of green there, which I'm okay with, but I thought I don't want to go with the darker greens. So because it's going to be sort of a lump of green, I don't want to go with some of these darker shades, more intense shades. So I decided to pull out 2 lighter ones to look at. And there's green in this, so that's kind of neat. And I like them. I kind of going towards this one. But then I thought, well, I could do it in the pink. And still, I would want to do it fairly light, although all the pinks are fairly light. This one's a bit more peachy, so I kind of like that one. But I think I'm going to go with the green. So now it's, so now it's between the stripe or the plaid. But I think I'm going to go with the plaid. So there you go. You can get your magenta block done today. Do it today, do it today. Then you keep 1 block a day. It just works out really well. So what do I have on? I have on a t-shirt from the Baby Lock event. They sent, even though it was virtual, they sent us a little box of some things, and this was the t-shirt. So of course, I love that they're the sort of international signs for things. Wouldn't you love to be going along somewhere and find the sewing machine sign that says you must stop and sew now versus eating or sleeping? I love it. Now, we did get a little bit of a challenge during the Baby Lock event for the ambassadors, is they sent us the picture, or they didn't send us, here's a picture of what they sent us. They sent us this panel, which they printed up to make a tote bag. And they said, you could make the tote bag, but if we were in person, we wouldn't mess around with this. But they said, since you have a little bit of time, you're not just doing this in one evening or working on it, if you want to make something else. So I thought, challenge issued. I am going to make something else. I went looking in my table topper book, and I found a quilt in there that I thought would be super cute. So here it is, because I had to adjust the center. This one is coming from Breakfast Club. So there's the quilt at Breakfast Club, which I made the center into a square so that I could use that panel that was there as part of the tote bag. That was like the center of the front of the tote bag. And then do you see the light blue? That they printed Baby Lock fabric. Isn't that cute? Some of the designers said they were hoarding it. And this says, for the love of sewing. The pink part says, for the love of sewing. Now, if you have a Baby Lock dealer near you, they may have these panels still. They were available to the dealers. So check it out. See what you might find at your Baby Lock dealer. That was a lot of fun. All right, we have 2 things still. Will You Be My Neighbor? We are on block 7. So I'm going to take this down and put Will You Be My Neighbor up on the wall. Will You Be My Neighbor block number 7 is, we are now on the block that has this aqua house with the pinwheel in it and the tree. So let me guess that I love these trees on this particular quilt. I think that they are so neat. They make a really nice statement to have this long skinny tree in there, and it's just really fun. So that is the block that you're going to make if you are following along with this one. And I still have a few more blocks before then that I've already have made, and then I will start making more blocks myself, which would be good because honestly, I want to get that tub emptied. I have a full blue container of fabric. way more than I need for like 6 blocks, whatever I have to make. I mean, just a crazy amount of fabric, but I don't really want to disperse it yet into where it needs to, you know, where its future home will be, because as soon as I do that, I'm going to think, oh, well, where is that fabric I was thinking of? So I'm keeping it together, but I really want to, you know, get to the point where I'm making those blocks. So you're going to make that one this time. You make 2 a month if you're following along. And of course, the blocks are all there. So you can go ahead and work ahead if you want to and get it done. Now, I did finish the lemonade quilt, the top anyway. So the top is done. Let me hold it up. So this is the lemonade quilt. It's using a layer cake, and I'll show you exactly how much layer cake I had left, because I did a little added border, which I talked about on the prior videos. So am I right side up? Yeah, the chickens have to be right side up. So here we go. Here we go with the inner border of the stripe, and then just using chunks. It's a 2.5 inch size by 5, basically 2.5 inch by 5 on all those strips on the outside, but some of them are shorter depending on, you know, what I had left. And I wasn't trying to, you know, match anything too particular, but that really used everything up. Now I am going to go ahead. Originally I thought, well, maybe I'll just give this to charity as is, but I would really like to see it quilted and to show it to you, because this you know, I think it looks fabulous for what it is. I mean, it's a fast, fun quilt. It shows off the fabric, but the quilting will really step it up a notch. It will take it up to another level to add some texture on top of the sort of more tonal blocks. So I will use my Harmony green, because it actually matches so well with the green in here. So that is the backing that I will use. And here is what I had left. I had one layer cake piece, one 10-inch square from the layer cake, and then some strips, some strips, and another peach strip, and some white squares. That's it. That's all I had left, which I think is really darn good. I am putting this in my stash because it has the chickens on it. It'll be cute if I need to add a little bit of something in. And then this I will cut up all for 2.5 inch squares. And I have enough of this stripe to do the binding. So I am all set. I am set. I am stoked with that. So this is lemonade will go off to Judy, and I have like 2 other quilts to go off to Judy, and I haven't told her yet. Shh, don't tell her. Okay. She's sending me some things back. I was like, oh, good. I'm going to send you some more. So what else do we have? Let's see. Oh. If you have not pre-ordered the Liberty box. The Fat Quarter Shop sent me mine in advance. I know, I'm spoiled. So the Liberty box is stinking cute. Yes, I'm going to show you my Liberty box quilt from last year now. And if you want to pre-order this box, you can go, the link is down below in the description box here. You can get it, because you're going to love it. Okay, there's other things in it besides fabric, just so you know. They all come with a little other things. So here is what I did last year. The center was the kit, and then I added all the squares. And I already have a plan for something to add around this one, but I can't tell you that because it's all a mystery. So here's what I did last year with the center. So that center is what came in the kit. So it was super, super cute. So many of you loved it. I used my Morrison Park on the back of this one. This will be hanging above my sofa. Now, I want you to share today, it's on our calendar, to share some quilt that you have with stars. And this is mine, because the Liberty box had stars in it last year in the center there. So this is my quilt with stars. So you could go out to our community, Quilt Along with Pat Sloan, and share a quilt with stars. And if you don't want to be left out, be sure that you pre-order your Liberty box. So yeah, and they come, oh, it's cute. I can't show you, but I just had a peek at it again. It's cute. Oh, all right, what do I have? Let me get my list here. So the Koala Chair. I got a sweet note from, well, I already found out from Baby Lock, you know, they had picked the person, they had to contact them and do some back and forth emails, but then she contacted me. So Kathleen from Virginia, she emailed me directly and said that she had been contacted and that she had won. So I am so excited for you to win a koala chair. Here is mine. Oh, it's under quilts. Here is my koala chair. Whoops. There we go. Ta-da! So Kathleen will have one of those beauties for her very own. And for all of the book tour winners, you have all been emailed and responded. And on my last day, which I'll link you down below here if you want to go see the names, you know, there was one for like, you know, 13, there's like 13 different people. And so everybody there has gotten back to us, I believe, as of right now. So that's super fantastic. So I do have two quilts, I think it's two quilts in the news that you sent to me that I thought you might be interested in. If you're going to Maryland anytime in the near future, the Montpelier House Museum has an exhibit, a quilt exhibit going on, and Carla sent me this. So here is one of the quilts, and it is from a guild, and they have like a curated all things embroidered and appliqued exhibit, and that will be for the entire month of July. So there you go for that. And then Anne in the UK sent me a link to a video that talks about a community quilt project that's very interesting. They're building, this group is building an over 220 foot by 72 foot. That's not inches, these are feet. It's a big quilt. They're building this quilt to support the community in London that was affected by the Grenfell fires. 70 people died in those fires. It was a whole block of high-rise flats known as the Grenfell Tower. And that happened in 2017. But they are now doing a quilt as a memorial for that. So there you go. Oh, and I have one other that, in case you didn't know about this, which I think they're doing a really fabulous job. There are a group of antique dealers and antique quilt historians. So they're basically antique dealers who deal in quilts, and then quilt historians. There's a group of them that they're called the 6 Know-It-Alls, which is super funny because they all have a great sense of humor. And they are doing like hour-plus videos taking a topic and walking through it. Now, most of these are paid videos. You pay, sort of like paying for a lecture, but they have 3 of them that are free on YouTube. So down below I'd link you to the free ones, and then also there's a link to the over to Vimeo where you can do the paid ones. And you know, watch the free ones, see what you think. They are a great, their depth of knowledge is outstanding. I mean, it's just breathtaking sometimes. You think, oh my goodness, how much research and time they put into trying to understand or research or link things going on between quilts found in different areas. I mean, it's just, I find all of that super fascinating. I love listening to it. I'm not a researcher like that, you know, I wouldn't want to go do the research myself, but when somebody else has done it and then they present it, this is gold for me. I just love it. So the 6 Know-It-Alls I will put down below. I think sometimes the 6 revolves around, there's different people, but there's sort of a core group that's always there. All right, my friend, you have, well, first, you know, you got to make your neighborhood block. You're going to make your Secret Lives of Color, wherever I put it. Oh, I put them over there. Secret Lives of Color block. You're going to order your Liberty box. Yeah, it's a full day here. It's a full day in Camp Sloaney. You know, we got to keep you busy with camp activities. So if you have not made your tent yet, if you haven't not pitched your tent yet, it's time to get it done. So there's the tent. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the first tents in our very colorful rainbow camp. I love you. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.